Have you ever felt like you're the only one investing in the connection, while she's playing a mysterious game of emotional hide-and-seek? 1 minute she's sweet, the next cold, distant, like a ghost with lipstick. It's the kind of emotional whiplash that doesn't just sting. It haunts, and you sit there wondering what changed. But here's their reality. Nothing changed. You just finally saw the pattern she's been hiding behind the charm. This isn't love. This is a test, a psychological chess game. And if you're not thinking 3 moves ahead, you're the pawn. In this video, we're diving deep into how to outsmart the woman who's toying with your heart through the lens of Stoic wisdom and unfiltered psychologic ref. Because if you're tired or feeling like a side quest in her main storyline, then stick around. By the end, you won't be playing her game. She realizes you've walked off the board completely. She's not confused. She's calculated. When a woman sends mixed signals, it's easy to assume she's just figuring things out. Wrong. It's not because she's confused. It's because she knows you are. One day, she texts you non-stop, laughs at your jokes, calls you babe. The next day, radio silence, like she got abducted by aliens, or worse, got busy. Sound familiar? You rationalize it, because it's what we're wired to do when wooing someone. Maybe she's just maybe she's afraid of love. Maybe she's shy, guarded, healing. No. Maybe she's just playing emotional poker. You keep showing your hand while she never reveals her cards. A Stoic man doesn't cling to promises. And patterns never lie. If Shine consistently invests in you, that's not affection. It's manipulation through The more confused you are, the more control she has. Ever try hugging a cactus, hoping it'll eventually turn into a rose? Exactly. Painful optimism is still pain. You must learn to spot the bait before it hooks you. Her breadcrumbs of affection are not signs of potential. They're signs of control. So ask yourself this. If you constantly feel like you're chasing clarity, who's really in control? And more importantly, why do you keep chasing someone who clearly is? Here comes the brutal truth. You're not addicted to her. You're addicted to validation. Let's strip away the fantasy. When she pulls away and you feel that knot in your chest, it's not love, it's withdrawal. You're not grieving the loss of her. You're grieving the loss of how you felt when she gave you attention. That random emoji at 11:47 p.m., that accidental brush of her hand. It's not romance, it's dopamine. She becomes your emotional dealer, and every hit costs you a piece of your peace. This is where Stoicism becomes your. You must cut the cord between her attention and your identity. Because here's the thing, you weren't in love with her. You were in love with thy version of yourself. She momentarily made you feel like a man who was chosen. But would Marcus Aurelius lose sleep over a woman who ghosted him after 3 weeks of flirting and flaky plans? No, he'd pour some wine, write in his journal, let her host, I am still the flame. You stop bung her puppet the moment you stop dancing for her applause. Now, hair swear, it gets interesting. Flip the make her chase validation. Mosman don't realize that the minute you stop reacting, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. She's sus to you, over-explaining, double-texting, posting songs that coincidentally reflect how you're feeling about her. But what happens when the music stops? What happens when ya goes silent? Not in passive aggression, but in strength. That silence screams, it says, I'm no longer I'm not begging for breadcrumbs. I see through your smoke, Her ego may expect you to panic, but instead you vanish. Not out of spite, but clarity. You've realized this isn't love. It's a circus, and you're no longer auditioning for a role in her pattern. Interrupt. Imagine a gladiator's paused mid-battle to ask, "Hey, are we still good?" You'd be lured out of the arena. You're another to win her mood swings. You're here to win your dignity back. And the truth is, when she can't figure out why you're no longer reacting, she starts to question everything. Because unpredictability sparks curiosity, and curiosity reignites the chase. Silence is your loudest weapon. You don't text her. You don't like her stories. You'd imposed cryptic messages about. You go still, not like a boy pouting, but like a warrior reflecting. And suddenly, she notices. Not because she misses you, but because she misses the control. Women who play with your heart aren't afraid of losing you. They're afraid of no longer affecting you. Because your silence isn't empty, it's loaded. It says, "I'm no longer emotionally profitable. I've seen the game and I'm bored. I'm too grounded to abit your chaos." This is cycling, not to punish, but to disengage. And guess what? That's when she sends a meme. She likes an old photo. She drops the classic, "Hey, stranger." But here's the million-dollar question. Do you let her back in? When she circles back, unsure, it's not because she had a grand epiphany while meditating on a mountain. It's because she feels the vacuum where your attention used to live, and she wants to fill it again. Not with love, but with control. This is where 90% of men relapse. She bats her lashes, sends a photo, says she misses her energy, and you crack. Don't. Now is the time to test her energy before you trust her words. She doesn't deserve a second chance because she returns. She deserves evaluation because she's different. And if she's not, lock the door with peace. Ask yourself, is she showing up out of love or ego? Is she consistent or just present? Is she building or reminiscing? Because the onion can say, "I miss you," but consistency is a love language, a no transition into the most important truth of all. So you've stopped chasing, you've gone silent. Not to punish, but to protect. She's reaching out again, now what? You've reached the moment of truth. This isn't where the game ends. This is where you decide if the game of on matters anymore. And here's their twist. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't to block her. It's to be so indifferent that she realizes she no longer controls the board. Let's talk about emotional detachment, not as our cold weapon, but as a path to freedom. Your peace is too expensive to rent out. Here's the brutal truth that most men. Sometimes the highest form of strength isn't confrontation, it's quiet departure. Walking away doesn't mean we're weak. It means you're finally awake. You've realized that peace is your birthright, and anyone who disrupts it is trespassing. You don't need revenge. You don't need closure. You don't even need her to understand what she did. You just need your self-respect. When you exit with grace, she feels it more than any emotional outburst. She expected you to explode, cry, beg, chase. You gave her silence, stillness, and sovereignty. And that's what haunts people the most. Not your injury, but your absence. Because now, chassis, you didn't just stop texting. You stopped caring. That's the real power. Detachment isn't cold. It's clear. Let's clarify one thing. Stoic detachment toast mean you don't feel. It means you don't let your emotions hijack yours. It means you can miss someone and still not want them back. It means you can acknowledge the connection and still protect your boundaries. It means you can love deeply but refuse to drown in chaos. This is not about it's about building gates with locks and keys. You don't hand out Tonyan, who smiles pretty. When was the last time you asked yourself, is this relationship a sanctuary or a storm? If it's not peace, it's poison. And no amount of history justifies emotional Remember, Stoicism teaches us not to be emotionless, but emotional. And that includes walking away from anyone who makes you doubt your worth. She's not chasing you. She's chasing control. Let's get real. A boot wet happens when you detach. She doesn't come back because she loves you. She comes back because she lost her emotional grip. Her texts increase. Her selfies get thirstier. Her, I've been thinking about you. Messages are more frequent. But look deeper. Is she building or is she rehearsing? Is she consistent or just convenient? This is where you rise above the illusion. Because when you're truly detached, you don't take the bait anymore. You see it for what it is, a pattern, not a promise. So now you test, observe, stay calm, not to play hard to get, but to stay hard to manipulate. When your PC's priority, nothing distracts you. Not beauty, not charm, not memory. You've outgrown the need for her to like you. Now you're focused on respect. Be the flame, not the moth. Every man has a choice. Be the moth drawn to toxic flames that destroy him, or be the flame burning with purpose, clarity, and standards so high confusion can survive in your presence. The moth chases. The flame attracts. The flame selects. The moth lost himself trying to be chosen. The flame chooses himself, and in doing so, This is not arrogance. This is alignment. You are not here to earn love by tolerating chaos. You are here to receive love by protecting your energy. And when you stand in this energy, not even the most manipulative, confusing, seductive woman can shake Yaobi because she realizes something. She can't reach the man who's no longer emotionally available for games. Make her earn back access. Here's a principle that should be written in fire. Access to you must be earned, not assumed. Just because she went back in doesn't mean the door Just because she apologized us means she's changed. Just because she misses you doesn't mean she respects you. Test her with time. Test her with space. Test her with consistency. Stop rewording re-entry based on emotion. Start requiring demonstrated growth.